Everything you see here is 20 years or less, except for the pine trees and the oak trees.
Hi, my name is Brooke Moeller, and I'm a master gardener in Placer County. Today we are at the home and private garden of Barry Friesen. Barry calls his gardens Dawn Gardens. He's been in this area, which is the Sierra foothills outside of Grass Valley, since 2001, and gardening in this garden. And we have 12 acres, but 8 of which are landscaped. He has 14 gardens, each with a distinct theme, 5 ponds and 10 other water features. Today is the end of March. It's been a very wet winter, but the daffodils are doing their thing. So come along with us and let's go take a look at Barry's garden. I liked this grevillea that had, I've got kind of stickery. I like yours
that's
better.
Grevillea fanfare, which is a flat ground cover.
Yeah, I like that.
And daffodils can go up through it.
Yeah.
And you notice that I plant the daffodils about a foot apart or so.
Okay.
And so this was one bulb. This was one bulb. Now that was like 8 years ago, so they've divided and divided, and so each clump gets bigger and bigger. The daffodils I just planted last year, they look sort of sparse because there's just one flower.
Yeah.
And a foot over, there's another flower.
Yeah.
But this is what it looks like after about 8 years. This is a Daphne. This purple one here is a Daphne. It's a deciduous Daphne, which is a little bit rare. It's not fragrant. Like all the other Daphnes are fragrant. That's not, but it's interesting because of the color.
I call him Queen of the Winter Garden.
Yeah, that's right. In the rock garden, you'll see a lot of plants with labels. And I used to teach horticulture. So I have my students come here and look at the plant, and they want to know what the plant is. So most of things are labeled here.
That's fun.
And also, as I get older, I need the label. I'm forgetting the plant. So that's another reason I put labels on it.
Well, if you're not doing it all the time, it's easy to forget.
Yeah.
We still have some bulbs coming up over here, some more surprises. Aren't these sweet?
Yeah, these are onions, little dwarf onions.
Okay.
And then there's a nice double primrose there, which is sort of rare.
Sweet.
Yeah. That's a whipcord cypress up there, that weeping one.
Okay.
And that's a sort of a rare plant because it's grafted on the stem.
Okay.
And everything from the top, it'll eventually weep clear to the ground.
Wow. How old is it?
This is only about 10 years.
Oh, goodness sakes.
I have a good memory of putting that pond in and the creeks, and because I had a vision in my mind to have 4 ponds connected by a creek, and there was really nothing here. I had to create it.
Right.
So it was fun. It was really fun I hired a backhoe driver to dig out the ponds and create mounds of soil around the ponds. And then we got liners to line the ponds and line the creeks. And then I found people who wanted to give me rocks because they had too many in their yard. So I hired a truck to go get the rocks, and they dumped them here, and we would put them around the edge of the ponds. And so that whole process was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that.
How long did it take to accomplish that?
That was about a year.
A year?
Yeah.
With all the other stuff that was going on.
Yeah, because I was doing other things too, building roads, putting in the irrigation and everything else.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, we're approaching the Camellia garden, And the camellias, this one here is the debutante, and it's the first one to bloom. Blooms usually in January or February, and it's a double pink. It's almost finished now because we're almost April now.
Yeah.
But it's a double pink, and you can see, you know, it's very pretty.
It is.
But the other camellias bloom later. Normally they bloom in March. This year, later.
Everything's
Yeah,
late.
there's a white one.
Is that Nuccio?
This is a Nuccio, but I can't. The label is gone, so I'm not sure. Anyway, it's a pretty white.
Oh, it's lovely.
And then along the fence, I have Sasanqua camellias. Here's a Sasanqua camellia here, and then along the fence, the ones sort of climbing up the fence, those are all Sasanqua, and they bloom in November, December.
And then a bunch of heucheras too.
Then I planted heucheras all along here, one variety of each. And there's probably about 30 different varieties here, different colors of heuchera. And I love them because there's so much variation in the foliage.
I love it
dark
too.
Purple, red, green, and yellow.
And then all the pink flowers coming up aren't
Yeah.
too hard to handle either.
Yeah, because they'll be blooming and then probably in another month or so.
Yeah. Everything's very well mulched.
Yeah, a lot of mulch. That's
That's
how I keep the weeds down.
Yeah.
2 inches of mulch, and it has to be a special kind of mulch. I use what we call shredded cedar.
Okay.
And shredded cedar is a lot of fibers that crisscross each other and make it very hard for a weed to get through. A lot of people use bark, you know, and weeds can get through bark real easily.
Yep.
But shredded cedar is pretty good, and I use at least 2 inches, maybe 3 inches, everywhere I plant.
What is this tree right here?
That is a madrone.
Oh.
That's a California native. It's native here. I didn't plant it. And it's got this beautiful red bark.
Yes.
And
Gorgeous.
it's Arbutus menziesii, and native right here in this area.
So what's next in the garden? Oh, now, and maybe if you want to talk about your trips, if you have any more trips coming up, I'd love to hear about those too.
Yeah, well, I'm going on a trip to England in May, and I'm going to see many different gardens in Scotland and Wales and northern England. And my worker can maintain this garden. He's very capable. I've taught him the irrigation system. I taught him everything. So I'm looking forward to seeing other people's gardens and putting it on my blog so that other people can enjoy the blog, because you know, a lot of people can't go to England, but every day I'm in England, or every day I'm wherever I am, I make a post on the blog. So every day whoever's looking at the blog can see what I'm seeing. And I just got back from New Zealand, and I was there for 4 weeks, and then in Italy earlier, and so all those gardens that I saw on all those tours, they're all on my blog.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
And we'll be able to have a link on our website at the end of the video for how to find Barry's garden, and also for the blog site as well. Barry is kind enough to open up his garden 4 times a year to the public, and also serves a mean scone and some coffee. And if you're lucky, maybe he'll take you for a ride around in his golf cart too. Thanks so much for having us over this afternoon. I really appreciate it.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.